Happy Hump Day. Meteorologist Landon Hampton here, bringing you this morning's Whether or Not Bowling Green video update. We're going to be focusing on some decrease in cloud cover throughout today, maybe a few lingering showers early this morning, but it is going to continue to be very, very warm out there, not only today, but as we get into our Thursday as well. Could be looking at a few isolated rain showers early Thursday morning before the main event arrives on Friday. We've got a very strong cold front that's still slated to plow east across the viewing area that could be bringing us rounds of strong and severe thunderstorms. So again, obviously, our focus is going to remain on that point in time, Friday afternoon into our Friday night. We're going to have a much, much colder weekend in store after that as well. Overlooking the white squirrel weather sky cam this morning, still got that thick cloud cover out there with those light rain showers that were falling early this morning. Those appear to be working off to our south and east. That is going to result in cloud cover decreasing as we progress throughout the day. Now, taking a look at current temperatures out there early this morning, sitting in the mid and upper 50s across the entirety of south central Kentucky. It is a very, very mild start for us, and it's only going to continue to get warmer. We can take a look at current wind speeds. Currently rather light out there, not really much going on, between 5 and 10 miles an hour. That's going to continue to be filtering in throughout the day, and that is going to result in those temperatures returning between the low and mid 70s. We could be breaking a record today that was previously set at 74 degrees. Now, looking across the continental U.S., really not too much going on. This area of low pressure is going to push off to our south and east. Still got an upper low located down across the deep south. That's what's going to be helping keeping that cloud cover around across our vicinity. But taking a little bit closer look, whoa, excuse me there. Not really too much going on with that. So looking at the surface setup, how things are going to behave over the upcoming days, we're going to be looking at a surface low pressure system developing across the Great Plains. Again, that's what we're going to be keeping our focus on. And as that occurs and develops across the Great Plains, a warm front's going to extend eastward from that, and that's eventually going to lift to our north as we get into the early hours of our Thursday. Now, as that takes place, it's really going to turn those winds out of the south. Low pressure system is going to develop a cold front to the south and west that will be working eastward as this area of low pressure sets its sights on the southern tier of the Great Lakes. So as we get into our Friday and into our Friday afternoon, you can see the area of low pressure pushing to the northeast. Warm fronts well to our north. We're going to be stuck in the warm sector whenever we get into our Friday afternoon and Friday evening. Winds out of the south between 25, perhaps 35 miles an hour, maybe a few 40-mile-an-hour gusts. It's going to be very, very warm, folks. Some of us could even be hitting the low 80s, perhaps. It's not exactly likely, but you can't rule it out with that stout southwesterly flow. Then that area of low pressure works off to our east. Very strong winds coming in out of the northwest as we get into that upcoming weekend. That is going to result in much, much colder temperatures. Looking at the upper levels, you can see this upper level low remaining well across the deep south. That's going to continue to roll off to the south and east as we progress throughout the day. That should result in those gradual clearing skies as we work into this afternoon. Then we see that low pressure system developing across the Great Plains, tracking to the north and east. You can see the trough digging down here. That's going to be bringing that cold front plowing eastward across south central Kentucky. Could be bringing some strong rounds of thunderstorms along with it, with damaging winds being the main threat. And then that trough digs down here, bringing in that much colder air from our north and west for that upcoming weekend. But as we get into the early days of next week, we've got a ridge trying to take back over. Looks to be another active period between Monday and Wednesday of next week, with yet another system bringing rounds of moderate to heavy rainfall along with it. Speaking of rainfall, we've got the light scattered showers early this morning, slowly pushing off to our south and east. As that does so, not going to be too much going on until that warm front lifts to our north on Thursday. Maybe a few isolated showers coming along with that. But then as we get into our Friday, you can see the area of low pressure pushing to the north and east. And then as that cold front comes through here and does the same, we're going to be looking at those rain and storm chances really picking up. You can see that line developing right ahead of the cold front, especially as we get into our late Friday afternoon into our Friday evening. That is whenever we are pegging down the time frame for this. So anywhere between 4 and 6 p.m. on Friday up until around 11 p.m. or midnight Friday night. That's whenever we're expecting the strongest activity to move through here, and then much colder air will be filtering in here from the north and west for that upcoming weekend. Here's a look at the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center for Friday. Nearly all of South Central Kentucky is included in what's called a slight risk for severe weather. Again, this isn't expected to be a major severe weather outbreak, but with that being said, damaging winds will be our main concern. We have an enhanced risk outline across central Indiana, though, better dynamics and better activity, chances for severe weather right near that surface low throughout our Friday. But nonetheless, we're on the southern tier of it, but we are looking at the possibility of some damaging winds. Here's a look at the rainfall over the next 7 days, anywhere between 1 to 2+ inches across the lower Ohio and Tennessee valleys. That is going to be possible not only with that system moving through here on Friday, but with those rounds of showers and storms anticipated between Monday and Wednesday of next week as well. Here's a look at the next 5 days, brought to you by Cheetah Clean Auto Wash. Patchy fog early this morning, then becoming partly to mostly cloudy, highs in the low to mid 70s. Then an isolated rain chance possible Thursday. We look to stay dry throughout the vast majority of our Friday, but then as we get into our Friday afternoon, some isolated storms will be possible. Afternoon highs between the upper 70s and lower 80s. Then widespread showers and the possibility of severe storms Friday night. And take a look at Saturday. Mostly sunny skies, but definitely cooler with temperatures right there in the upper 40s. That's going to wrap up this morning's Whether or Not Bowling Green video update. You got any questions about that forecast, feel free to leave them in the comments. But outside of that, get out the shorts and t-shirt because another spring-like day is in store with temperatures in the 70s. You all enjoy your hump day.